Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a big Saturday polling update video here, and Trump is just trending everywhere outside of the crap Bloomberg polls. He is doing very well. I remember yesterday saying that, boy, Quinnipiac was so bad in 2020. I don't know if anyone is the 2024 version of Quinnipiac. Maybe it is Bloomberg. Okay, maybe it is. I said that on X. But we've got this. This is what Rasmussen does. They do basically every single day updated polling. And you can see Trump trending again back up to around +4. They did have that one poll that had Trump up by 10, and then the next poll it was tied. But overall, I do think you're seeing a net 2 or 3 point lead for Trump, at least according to Rasmussen, who, again, people say this is what libs say with their cope. Oh, they're so conservative. Rasmussen actually underestimated Trump in 2020, but no, you're right. They're so conservative. And then you also do have some updated polls like these Bloomberg polls. People are like, well, you're biased, it's just because Trump is losing, you're going to say they're crap polls. No, these are crap polls. This is the third straight election cycle we're dealing with this. They constantly do not poll Trump supporters properly. The Kerry Lake stuff, maybe that's a little bit different. I think Kerry Lake is in a little bit of trouble. I think Trump would need to win. Listen, if Trump wins Arizona by 4.5, I think Kerry Lake wins. But because I don't think she's down by as much, or there's going to be this much, ticket splitting as we've seen. But Kerry Lake she's going to need Trump to win by a decent amount. But either way, looking at some of these polls, Harris +2, Harris +3, Harris +4 in Nevada. This is Bloomberg. Harris +2. It is, of course, all total crap. You've got other polls that have come out. These are all close states. Trump +1. This Minnesota poll, this is the positive poll that I was talking about. You had a Survey USA poll from a month ago that had Harris +10. Now it's down to Harris +5. And this was part of their electoral map where they changed it, if I remember. Yeah, so here it is. These are the recent things. I don't know what this. Oh, this is, I guess, based off of overall average. So you can see Pennsylvania's changed to a Dem lean 2 days ago. Really? That doesn't seem very, very realistic. But this is okay. So this is if every state was not a toss up. This is just, it's got Harris at 270, Trump at 268, which again is very good news for Trump based off of the fact that Trump routinely overperforms polls. If it was like this going into election night, I'd have extreme confidence in Trump. You'd be like, well, how can you say that? Harris is technically winning here. Again, if you base it off of history, it would be very surprising if Trump lost this. Arizona, it looks like Trump is trending, at least recently there. I'm not sure exactly how they do this, though, because you can see the national average has Harris +1.4. Arizona, I guess, switched from Democrat to Republican, but that's the no toss-ups. I want to go to the original electoral map to see where they have it at and see if they changed it. Yeah, this is what they changed Minnesota from toss-up to leans Dem. I certainly think Minnesota is going to go to the Democrats, but not by 10 points like the original US Survey USA poll had it. A lot of these states, Trump is certainly trending more in. And I did see another recent tweet. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's the top one. Recent tweet that Trump opens up a lead in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Trump up by 2.1, 1.1, and basically a half a point. That is a Republican pollster, but they have been accurate, especially in swing states in the past. You'll get a lot, especially when it comes to polling of Trump. The Republican pollsters are generally more accurate than the Democratic pollsters. At least that's what we've seen the past two different election cycles. You also do have this. What's going on here? Kamala Harris. So let me give everyone the timeline of this when it comes to the debate. So Kamala Harris and Trump, number one, they were trying to say, well, Trump's trying to back out of the debates. Then Trump says, all right, I'll do you one better. We'll do 3 different debates, one Fox News debate. We'll do one ABC. We'll do one NBC. She says, no, I'm afraid of Fox News. We can't do Fox News. I'll do the NBC. I'll do the ABC. And so there were going to be 2 debates. Then it came out. Remember, it was originally, this was the Democrats' plan. They wanted the mics muted. They said that Trump was obnoxious. They said that he talked too much. They did not want Biden and Trump having a debate with open microphones where Trump, I guess, could talk over Biden, and the Democrats, their viewpoint was that's unproductive. It's a waste of airspace. It's a waste of time. The voters do not want to see that. So Trump agreed, and Trump advisors agreed to it. So the mics were muted for the June 27th debate. Obviously, it went terrible for Biden. You could tell their strategy was to try and protect Biden as much as possible to where he's not getting confronted, he's not getting overwhelmed. So that was their idea and their strategy to mute both Trump's and Biden's mics, and it happened, right? So then you've got now Trump versus Kamala. Kamala's younger. Her campaign is saying, but now after arguing for months about the fact that we needed the mics muted when that never happened before, now suddenly we want the mics unmuted. And Trump's advisors, they liked how that first debate went. So they're saying, no, you don't get to do this. The mics will stay muted. And ABC basically told Kamala's campaign to kick rocks, and the mics were going to be muted because both of them agreed to it. That was ABC, who's going to be hosting the debate on September 10th. So now you would think, okay, it's over because Kamala, they said, well, his agreement was with Biden when it came to the muted mics. Now we want him unmuted. It's different. We've had all these debates unmuted. The one with Biden was muted, but now we want him unmuted again. And then ABC said, no, this was already agreed upon. The mics will be muted. The rules were agreed upon. That's ABC saying it to Harris's campaign. And so that came out a few days ago, and we thought, all right, it's confirmed, it's done. The mics will be muted. Obviously, Trump's advisors at this point, I think it's, they clearly want the mics to be muted. Trump's probably does not. But for them, Trump it comes off looking more presidential, less obnoxious, things like that. But now you've got, I don't even know what even is this. The Trump campaign has accepted these rules Tuesday in an email to CBS that was reviewed by the Post. Kamala Harris's campaign has not yet accepted the rules as they seek to unmute microphones for the entire debate, with the debate less than 2 weeks away. So that was not the report. What I had heard, well, I guess technically it's a little complicated, but it seemed like, okay, it was agreed that Kamala's campaign had asked them to do the unmuted mics, and they said, no, it's not going to happen, and the debate was going to happen with the mics muted. Because apparently, that's what was reported. But now you've got Kamala Harris saying, no. What is going to happen now? Is she going to back out of the debate? There is no way that she can back out of this debate after that horrible interview. First, she hid for 40 days. Then she has the interview that goes terribly with Waltz right by her side. She can't articulate any points. It's word salad after word salad after word salad. There's no accountability for anything. You've been in office for 3 years. Why haven't you done anything? And then she's like, well, we had to recover from the pandemic. They blame the pandemic on everything because of how bad their administration is in terms of approval. So they have to blame something for it. And it's always the pandemic. You can see Donald Trump is surrendering to his advisors who won't allow him to debate with a live microphone. But honey, this was already agreed upon. This is done. ABC said, no, it's not happening. What are you even still talking about? So see, this does come off like her campaign is trying to get out of this debate by blaming it on Trump. Although even still, if something happened, because I know people are speculating now that she might try and get out of this debate, it would look insanely weak for her. If his own team doesn't have confidence in him, the American people definitely can't. Oh my God. I didn't even read this tweet, but now I'm reacting live to it. You're the one that hasn't done an interview in 40 days since you became the nominee by default. And you're talking about Trump's team not having confidence. He did 2 back-to-back press conferences where he got random questions from the press, from people that like him, from people that don't like him, an hour 30 each time, back-to-back. You can barely even do one interview with CNN, and you have to have Waltz by your side, and it's 18 minutes where your campaign demands that CNN not release the full transcript, and you're talking about Trump's team not having confidence in him, and you can't even do an interview. That's real rich. That is real rich. And we know everyone's been speculating, oh, she just wants her boss bitch moment where she's like, I'm speaking. And of course, if she says that, Trump just needs to say, yeah, you're not saying much. It's just the easiest clapback if she does say that. But everyone's been speculating because that's what she said to Pence multiple times. And people are like, well, she beat Pence in that debate. No, I think I remember. I think Pence won that debate, honestly. I think I remember that properly. Pence won. That was during COVID. It was such a mess. But she's like, oh, she beat Pence. Oh, and now you've got this. We are running for president of the United States. Yes, you're running for president, and it was your administration and your own advisors when they were advising Biden that forced the muted mics, anyways. So why would you contradict them? It's your own party that wanted the mics muted for Biden. Trump did not approach the Biden campaign about muting the mics. It was Biden's campaign that wanted the mics muted, and Trump agreed to it. So, see, you cannot let these people twist how this actually happened. Trump did not want the mics muted. Biden's campaign said because they didn't want him exposed too bad, it was like easier to where, you let Biden talk, let him say whatever he's going to say, and then he'll stop, and then Trump will say, and it's more so like a conversation, not really a debate, but it made Trump look really good. And quite honestly, I've said, I don't even think Trump was that great in the debate. I think Biden was so horrible that obviously, it was going to make Trump look good. And I think Trump needs to improve for the next debate with Kamala. But obviously, the Trump campaign saw that and they said, look, this makes Trump look better. So we want to keep the mics muted. They're the ones that approached the Trump campaign about muting the mics. That's all I want to say when it comes to this. And so now they're like, well, we need to keep the microphones on. I had heard that ABC had already reported the mics are staying muted. Both of them agreed to this. There is no way that she can back out of this. It would look insanely weak. They're trying to get her boss bitch moment. It's not going to happen. Everyone can see through it. And so I think ABC is going to hold firm. And if they want to pull out, I mean, that's going to be an insanely weak move. They can try and swing it like, oh, it's Trump. Like, you're going to pull out of a debate because of muted mics or not muted mics. When in reality, you would think the way they characterize Trump, they say Trump's the big bad baby. So you think Trump would be the one that would pull out over rules, but he's saying, I agree to it. I agreed to debate Biden in June when it was horrible and it was probably a bad decision, but he still agreed to it because he wants to debate. And so he agrees to debate Biden when no presidential debate has ever been in June. It's ridiculous. They wanted it in June because if Biden flamed out, they wanted the ability to replace him with Harris before the DNC. And that's why now we're getting all these rumors because Harris is polling so badly and she's flaming out that maybe in September they're going to try and do a honeymoon 2.0 period where Harris replaces Biden as the sitting president. Not that it matters because it's already so ridiculous. The idea that Biden is even the president at this point, nobody believes it, not even Democrats, because they don't even care anymore. They're telling Biden, do whatever you want. Whatever happens to you, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. We're not going to pretend that you're the president. We're not going to pretend that you're doing anything anymore. We don't have to. You're not running. So just stay out of the way. Go back to your vacation home in Delaware. And so that's what they're telling Biden. So this is all very interesting. But listen, you look at the polling numbers. Trump is polling amazingly right now in comparison to 2020 and 2016. And the Democrats' only hope is that now suddenly it's a miracle, even though the polls were so wrong in 2020 and 2016, consistently underestimating Trump in Wisconsin, in the national head-to-head, Pennsylvania. These are states that significantly underestimated him. Now, suddenly, after 2 straight polling cycles of underestimating him, now they're going to snap in and Bloomberg's going to be 100% right. I don't think so. But either way, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Links to that's always in the description.